Okay, yes, we want to play first. That's a pretty good.
Yep.
We
For
can
us,
cast
anyway.
everything in our hand. We have access to all of our colors.
Huh. I don't know what that's like.
We have
Star Hopper.
a pretty good curve on 2, 3, 4 drop. We'll hope he is playing a very slow.
Nope. Everybody was playing black red. Everybody.
Well, this guy might actually have the good cards. So we've seen 2 decks that do not have good black cards.
Ours being one of them.
Yep.
And possibly 2 of them.
That other guy did have Auger Spree, though.
Yeah.
He knew enough to take that. So if he goes Chain Walker, then he's kind of winning the race.
Well, don't do that.
But then Dead Reveler helps make it up. And this guy definitely helps make it up. Oh, Shred Freak also kind of winning the race.
And why is that?
Just because he's going to have haste, so he's going to get in 2 before we get in R2.
Oh, I see. Well, F that guy.
Oh, good. We can even cast our demon if we see him.
That'd be sweet.
If we see him being the operating word.
Okay, so we could Dead Reveler Leash, which would allow us to block that guy, but I think we want to be racing.
Yeah, yeah.
I think our only chance is to race.
Because he could be mana hosed.
Yeah. At this point, we don't know. And by putting him to 3/4, if he has one of the 30 annihilating fires,
Yeah.
he can't just burn him out.
Hey, he took those cards I wanted us to take.
Alright, so he's getting in 4, but we're going to get in 5. And the giant should outclass him by a fair amount. Then maybe we play that one
Yeah.
leashed.
Definitely.
Shut down those 2 guys. I'm expecting some removal to come here.
Mm-hmm.
That would be an excellent target for Auger Spree. Or he could double block on that guy.
Maybe he just wants to thank us. He just wants to congratulate us on a card well played.
Maybe.
Well done, sir. I concede.
I don't see that happening right now.
No?
No.
I hope
See, you're not a visionary, George, like I am.
Fair enough.
If he just plays another Shred Freak and attacks, I'd actually be pretty happy. But I don't think that's going to happen.
How many shred freaks can you have?
Technically, as many as you can draft.
I mean, before you just, can't stomach it anymore. Oh, boo!
Yeah. Again, helps him get
Yep.
the clock swinging his way, but we can still attack for 3 with it.
Yeah.
This at least have a block. If he attacked with both, if he has a Rage Mutt, he'd be in really good shape here.
Or that.
He's still at a point where
Yep.
he can't attack with those without trading. This guy we can regenerate. That guy will probably trade with the Cobble Brute.
Is there a reason why you didn't put land out last turn?
This is... Oh, no. There isn't a reason. Okay. So actually, we could attack with the Dead Reveler because we're going to have 4
Bunch of chump
Goblin
blockers.
tokens. If he has Electrickery... But he's gonna have
But
to...
we gotta do something because we only he's hoping the stab wound kills us.
Right.
That's right now. That's his win condition. So we can't let that happen.
Right. And any block will be a trade.
Yeah.
And this guy we could regenerate also if
Depending on what he does.
down. But he has to block something else or else we get there because trample damage from this guy would get through.
Mm-hmm.
He actually has to... Oh, maybe he doesn't understand that. Or maybe he's going to throw this in front of something else. Why he wouldn't... If he's going to block with a Cobble Brute, why he wouldn't block that guy, I don't know. Because that would be a direct trade.
Right. And then the other one would be a direct trade
Right.
as well. Yeah.
That trample actually has him at a point where he has to block with everyone to survive. So this will take us down to 4. Just back to that.
Yay!
Math!
Oh, and we missed the Nightly Valor, and then we had no way to cast it.
Well, he could have won that.
Yeah. Yeah, that
But that was poor math on his part.
was
Go back to school, kid.
that was a close one.
Trample can be hard to remember how it works. I mean, it's not hard, but it can be
Confusing.
confusing when you're like,
Do we have enough mana?
no, it'll be cool.
Yeah, we got this that can tap for any color, so we can get those guys out on turn 3.
Great.
And we have our white for that Nightly Valor. We're going to be in good shape.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a red. We actually might be better off playing the red,
Sure.
because if we get a second red, we could play Frostburn weird. If we don't, we're just putting out the Promenade.
So why didn't we put out the Promenade now?
You have to pay 1 mana or sacrifice it. So it's going to take a whole turn to put it out.
Gotcha.
Impressive!
Yeah, he has swamps. Because he wasn't greedy. He stuck to 2 colors. So Shred Freak probably.
Mm-hmm. I think the Shred Freak's just misunderstood. I don't think he's that bad of a guy.
So probably this. Because we can't cast anything this turn, so we might as well
Get our 2 black mana already.
get that. Actually, Frostburn Weird does a pretty good job against the Shred Freaks.
Sure. How's it do against 2?
Just takes a
Half
little
as well.
longer. If we can get to turn 4, we have a much better
Yeah.
play than he does. Okay, so put that out.
Gobbling ooze.
Actually,
Really, John?
we're gonna cast it with blue. See, now we can say we're playing 5 color.
Yay!
Wow. And no one noticed.
No. So if he Auger Sprees, gets in for
4.
4 more,
And we're dead.
but otherwise we're in pretty good shape.
I sense a stab wound.
Yeah, he could Dynacharge or he could Stab Wound. Either one I really don't mind. Like, Stab Wound I almost want it to die, so I don't have to take the 2 each turn. I can't think of any card that he could play that won't have one of his creatures die in the process. And if he's 2 for 1-ing us, yep. It'll be interesting to see if he casts anything with that, because if not, he should have overloaded it to get the extra
damage.
Yeah.
Right. So he's got something in his hand.
Yeah. But that's okay. He 2 for 1.
He probably got the other Shredder. No, because he would have attacked with it.
Yep.
So he couldn't have that.
He could play, it's turn 4, could play another land. Could have Imp or Swindler, Grim Roustabout.
Could have Bupkis. Yeah. That was a mistake.
He probably wasn't going to play Dynacharge when he attacked. And then changed his mind. Okay. So now...
Now all sorts of crazy shit happens. We hope.
So what all does this thing do?
It's a 6/6 flyer for 4. He can sacrifice a creature to tap it and put a +1/+1 counter on it.
Huh.
But at this point, he doesn't have enough of a team assembled to really do that. Here's your chance. Do it.
Huh?
Okay, so from here, 2 relevant or possible plays. We could cast both of those leashed, so that we could trade and attack with this guy, or we could cast this guy and not attack this turn.
I think we take the traders because it makes them think more.
Okay. Now he may tap it down on my turn if he starts thinking that these guys are useless.
Sure. But even then, we're still...
Yeah, we're killing a creature.
And plus, even then, though, he still can't attack profitably.
Right.
So regardless, he's better off at least trying to get somebody through.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Depending on what he casts. I'm not worried about that. I might keep back Roustabout. No, I'd probably trade. I would like to be able to regenerate him and do it multiple times, but I'm going to cast that guy next turn anyway.
Right.
And if we can kill 2 of his creatures in the process, he's down to 1 card in hand. Get this foil guy off the board.
Hate that guy.
Yeah. So sick of him.
He's distracting.
But he's going for it. I could block that guy. He'd only get 1 extra in, and we'd have another. That's probably a better play.
Another blocker off the board?
Right. Because then we can block him next turn still.
Kinky.
So, let's see if he decides to tap this guy. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, if your plan is to win with Lobber Crew,
that probably won't work.
Yeah, you're gonna have to draw a creature every turn for 9 turns.
And be able to cast them.
Yep. And at some point, I'd probably just Annihilating Fire your Lobber Crew anyway, after letting you block.
doesn't control a gate.
Okay. So he either has to sack a guy or
He'll ping you for one
and then sack it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's too late.
Oh. Yeah, because that way you could Annihilating Fire it.
Right. I'll do this guy. If he does that one, then I'd have to sack it to get there. And now he can't tap our guy down. And we're sitting at 11 attacking.
Yikes.
Museum Orders is the only board wiper. Is he going to sack that?
Mm.
He can still sack it on our turn. But I think he's probably figures he's got another round.
Right. If he does that, he buys himself time by doing that. If he doesn't do it, he might be saying, if I can get in for 5 and draw. Nope.
Stab wound.
Right. So he could, if he has a Rage Mutt, he could attack and gain 3 life, but he would still be at 6. Oh.
Oh, he conceded.
Yep. I don't know why we don't have the. There we
Oh.
go.
That was weird.
We are in the finals.
That is wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe it really was just bad packs.
Maybe. I don't know, because he had some decent cards.
Well, yeah, but so did we. But, I mean, nothing... Like, nothing where it was like, oh, this is a good pet, a good deck.
Maybe we're just giving our players too much credit. We're so used to being beaten by superior 8-4 people that we're actually the people who are superior to the 4-3-2-2s.
But we know that's not true.
Maybe.
But maybe.
What I
we
love
improve by not playing.
is that there was a awesome Azorius deck in there, but
Yeah.
because it was going around late, I don't think anyone
Exactly.
drafted it.
I think everyone tried to go red-black. I think everyone did.
Yeah.
I didn't see any populate cards. Did you see, except for, what's that white card?
Rootborn Defenses.
Rootborn Defenses. Did
Yeah.
you see any other real populate cards?
Not really.
No.
That's probably what's winning in the finals.
On the other
Yeah,
side.
some guy got all of them, but even then we would have seen a couple.
And they took away replays.
Really?
During the tournament, you can't replay. After the tournament's done, you can go back and watch, but
No scouting.
no scouting.
Fuck you. Watsy Nazis.
We never did it anyway, so...
Never did
Well,
it
not
effectively. Well, when
glad
you're
we're
right,
in
you're
agreement on that. Yeah.
Oh, my ass hurts.
Wow.
Okay, well, I guess we'll wait.
So we won back our packs.
Yeah,
This has been a free draft.
well done.
And actually one of the more, interesting, fun to play because...
Yeah, because we had no plan going in.
Yeah, I think we...
No expectations.
We just...
Oh, no, we
opened up an
totally had
8-4.
expectations. We
Also
expected to
lose.
lose in the first game.
Yeah.
Ooh, they're close.
Wow, there are some bored motherfuckers out there.
It fired. Wow.
Holy shit. Okay,
Innistrad
well,
drafted.
good job.
Firing the...
Way to go, Wizards.
Meantime.
You made like $20-something off of digital AVR packs.
Let's talk about something else that's pissing people off.
What?
They have switched from 4-pack sealed to phantom sealed.
Ooh, so
So it's a
that
6-pack sealed, but you
geez.
don't get any of the cards.
How much do they charge?
I think 8 ticks. Yeah. And there's still, you can, for 8 tickets, if you win 2 out of 3, you're getting boosters back, which are effectively 8 tickets. And
Right.
So you can get your money back, but you're not getting any of the cards. And that's, in my opinion, like a huge part of...
Why would you play a sealed deck? I mean, what possessed them to do that?
Well, and I think it's coming back, because people have, I mean, just been chatting up a storm, hating it. They said they did it because 4-pack sealed was never, and 30-card decks was never intended as a format. It makes mill way too powerful.
Sure.
And
they hate mill.
And because they design their cards for constructed in a 60 card and limited in a 40 card, then it didn't jive with the way that they do R&D.
Their R&D is hardly
So
existing.
for that reason, you should not be allowed to keep the cards because they don't want you to play that format.
Well, so then the next step was the reason they went to 4-pack sealed was because 6-pack sealed never fired.
Sure.
Because no one wanted to have that many cards or that many packs, that much money, $30 or $24 on a sealed event. So they went to the Phantom because they said, well, maybe people would be willing to pay $8 for the experience of the sealed event.
For the experience.
Right. And potentially winning packs and breaking even. But they're not firing at all. It's right back to it. So from a money-making standpoint and a we love our fans standpoint, they're gonna say, well, what the hell? It's not gonna be balanced, but you guys love the format, and they'll bring it back.
Well, if nobody cares, why do they?
Right.
Yeah.
It makes
fucking stupid.
mill extremely powerful. The only place that mill has ever been very powerful.
Well, and the thing also is they always talk about how they want to support more formats, not just sealed, draft, and constructed. They want to support Commander. They want to support Two-Headed Giant. All these different things.
Yeah, you know what they should support? League play. What the fuck happened in League play? Weren't we promised League play like 4 fucking years ago?
Yes.
League play is huge.
My hope for that, one of the big guys in charge or working for them now was one of the guys who used to be on Limited Resources, and he always wanted leagues.
Oh, sure.
So there is someone there who actually has an important job who should be slapping the computer programmer every day until...
Mark Rosewater?
Yes.
I don't think Mark Rosewater has ever actually looked at a computer.
No.
Pretty sure it's him. Because every time I hear him talk, it all sounds like binary. Like R2-D2 speak. Like that.
Mark Rosewater wrote a column about how
he's not, in fact, R2-D2.
He hasn't written it yet, so I'm unwilling to accept that. But no, he wrote a column about how offended his wife and kids get and how much hate there is for him on the internet. But that he isn't offended. They're really offended. He says it's part of my job. Like,
sure.
But it was just funny because as I was reading it, I was thinking, oh, God.
Like, yeah, I make a lot of money for doing really nothing. I think I can take it.
Yep, I can take it.
Yeah.
I'll just make a better blue card. There we go.
Exactly.
Rosewater Mark.
Yep. So I'm hoping, because he says that he goes out and, looks up fan stuff and whatever. I'm hoping that Rosewater Mark is on his radar.
I'm going to start spamming him links on Twitter. He's got to do one eventually, right? He'll either block me, arrest me, or he'll watch. Yeah! That's going to happen.
But then we almost need to have an event that's just all anti-Rosewater.
Oh, yeah. Like we just have a cube draft where all the artwork is just defiling him in some way.
How do we do that?
Well, you're the graphic artist. Get graphic.
Someone told me that just like we can do the playmat, there are files in there for every single card art.
Okay.
So we could
replace everything with porn.
Like German dungeon porn.
Right.
I wasn't going there.
Starring Mark Rosewater.
I didn't think there was this much that. There was this much that existed of that exact subject.
Maybe we should not be recording this.
Yeah, we don't want to give it away.
Yeah. I can't. No, I won't. I can't do it.
Okay, hold on. There we go.
This is worthless.